Hello and welcome everybody. Today we want to introduce you to Scenario Architect, Tracetronic's new solution for the iterative development of scenarios. In our tool, road users and their behavior may be specified intuitively, a live simulation may be paused, resumed or reset at any point in time, and the scenario content may be annotated with test actions, allowing the inclusion of the entire test specification with the scenario. In this short video, my colleague Thomas
Hey guys!
is going to introduce us to a first minimal workflow using Scenario Architect.
Thank you, Christoph. I already started Scenario Architect and therefore we load our default track Highway. The first steps for creating a scenario is we add some vehicles, so we'll do now. By default, the first vehicle we created is the vehicle under test, as we can see here in this menu. We have a lot of other properties we can change. Maybe here's some changing the vehicle type, or we change some color of the vehicle. And what we can do also here is changing position or heading of the vehicle, or we can do the same by dragging the vehicle with the mouse to our position we need. In this situation, we want to set the initial speed to 130 km per hour for both vehicles. At any time, we can hit the play button to simulate our scenario and see our vehicles will drive at constant speed. So now, let's make the scenario a little bit more interesting. Therefore, you can use our minimap or our middle mouse button to move along the road. And now, we can create a third vehicle on the same lane as the other two. Maybe not a truck, we take some smaller, like a sedan or something. And let's say this is a broken down vehicle, so we set the speed to 0. Typical situation on a highway is that our target vehicle will drive through the broken down vehicle and will maybe avoid a collision by conducting a lane change. So to do this situation, we will add some maneuvers. Therefore, we can add the follow lane maneuver. With this, we can close the gap between these two vehicles. And finally, we add the lane change to avoid a collision. Therefore, we can use our trajectory preview function. So we can see here where will the vehicle will be in the simulation. So what we can see here is our follow lane maneuver is far too long. So we will make it a little bit shorter. And we see here now some adjustments. So let's play, and as you can see, everything works as described. But the lane change is still too close, the vehicle will collide. And therefore, for any other adjustments or from some more precision adjustments, we can use our preview function. And therefore, we have some kind of ghost vehicles, and we can set here, with this time slider, position of the vehicles, and can see where at any time in the simulation the vehicle will be. So what we can see here is this maneuver is too close, so we need to adjust the follow lane and can use this preview function again, and can see here, well, a little bit shorter, have the lane change to be, and now we can see, yeah, this is okay. The target vehicle will now avoid the collision. So what we now have is maybe a basic scenario for testing an automatic emergency brake assistant. So if you want to use the scenario in maybe an automatic testing tool or something like that, you can annotate a scenario with some further informations. Therefore, we have here these test actions, which we can drag here and drop in this menu. Maybe for this situation we can say we want to annotate a scenario with an indication that the system, the automatic brake system, should be enabled. And therefore, we can add here this node, and maybe let's write something that indicates the system should be on. So, and we will set it at a critical situation, maybe like that. So, I think now we have a basic scenario. We can test an automatic emergency brake system. Finally, if you want to use the scenario, you can save it in our own format, or maybe export it as a video, or you can use it to export in the open scenario format, which is a common standard in the industry.
Thank you, Thomas. That was indeed very impressive. Of course, all the artifacts created using Scenario.architect can be directly used in our test automation software ECU-test or uploaded and archived on our test management platform TestGuide. And if you liked this introduction as much as I did, please do not hesitate to contact us and request a free license for the current Scenario.architect beta. Thank you for sticking with us and have a good time.
Bye.